Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. Today we're going to be looking at the launch Pipshot created by the Bitter Elegance, one of our Discord master builders, and here they say. Hey Johnny, thank you for keeping this game alive. You're very welcome. I am not an amazing coaster creator, so surprised that this was the grand prize winner in the Thunder Nation Coaster / Shop contest entry. We had a limit of 8,000 pieces, and I of course used it virtually on all of the scenery leading up to the ride. Welcome to the Pipshot Laboratory and Visitor Center. We are celebrating the launch of our new energy drink called Launch, with a launching coaster called The Launch. Oh, very original and creative. The exciting promotion is brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. Okay, that explains that then. You are forgiven. Enjoy your day with Pipshot. Boom. All right, without any further delays, let's jump right on into it. Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the Pipshot Drink for Life shop. I think it's kind of hilarious that they said they had 8,000 pieces for a Thunder Nation contest, and they used it all on leading up to the ride. That doesn't mean that the ride's not going to be good. The Bitter Elegance generally delivers exceptional audio quality rides and experiences. There was custom audio and custom images that I did download, so I expect there to be some sort of audible interaction with the coaster there. Already seen some speakers as we're entering into the park here. And while you did spend a lot of your park count on the park entrance here to create the Pipshot universe in this Arctic tundra, I quite like it. I personally enjoy going to park spotlights that have, or coaster spotlights that feel like park spotlights. You know, we have this bit of a walk around, some really cool builds to look at, and we can pass by and kind of ooh and awe over the amazing builds and just the great integration and path work here. Pipshot Laboratory and Visitor Center. I mean, it's looking gorgeous. And we get this little bit of a scenic tour of a park spotlight that eventually leads us up to a ride experience, a coaster. And I gotta say, I was sifting through the inbox, guys. I tend to rate things on excitement, and this here excited me on a level of 4 out of 5 because of all the environmentals and the details and, you know, that sort of thing. If I filter by 4 and 5, we have a total of 40 coasters. And if I'm doing 2 a week, that means Coaster Spotlight is officially over in 20 weeks. So, if you have any creations like to the likes of this that you believe is a 4 or 5 star creation, send it all in. Now, there are plenty of 2s and 3s, but I don't think they're sufficient enough to make longer than a 2-minute video. You go on the coaster, you ride it, you're done. It's just a blueprint. Maybe talk about it for a minute. And that's my worry is, I want to deliver sufficient amount of content. Now, I just want to make sure I'm looking around before we go in the queue here. I could go back to doing coaster bundles, and that's maybe something I'll have to do if we don't want the Coaster Spotlight series to just disappear indefinitely. But at the end of the day, it's no wonder we ran out of coasters. This is episode 1047. That number is unfathomable. It is absolutely insane. I mean, try making 10 coaster videos and then times that by 100. I still don't understand how I did it. I still don't understand it. So, it was inevitable that we would run out of coasters. But, to my point, if you have amazing coaster spotlights like this that provide a little bit of a walk-around experience, something for us to look at, send it all in. With that, this is the first coaster spotlight in 4K. The previous ones that you guys have been watching, maybe we go in at night. The previous ones you guys have been watching, I had not gotten my new monitor yet, and I recorded them in I recorded a bunch of them together. So now I'm doing the same thing. I'm recording a bunch again. Now we were able to use the new monitor. But what just so happens... Wait, am I in the fast pass? I think I am. I'm going to use the normal pass. It just so happens that there's nothing to record. Or a very, very small selection. Now... Oh, now I just went down the pass. Oh my god. Let's redo this. Read signs, Johnny. Read signs. Okay, stand by, fast pass. We're going down here. So, one way to get people to make awesome park coasters is to do a contest. So, if I ever run out in the foreseeable next 20 weeks, I'll consider doing that. But I don't want Coaster Spotlight to go anywhere. So I am asking you to send your stuff in because we're thinning out. But we have this one here today by Jeffrey Wynn-Prince for a Thunder Nation contest themed around Pipshot. And from the looks of things, Thunder Nation got inspired by what I've done in the past, which is creating a coaster contest based around shops. And I love it. I kind of want to do that again sometime. Maybe right after Project Planko? I don't know. That could be fun. We could do like a mini Project Planko. Take the inspiration of what made Project Planko so good, like the essence of Plankofication, and then we do like little mini parks. But I have something in mind where it would just be coasters, no flat rides. I don't know. I'll run some ideas by you guys in the future here. I'm starting to move towards the idea of wanting to do a contest, but I need some time still. So here's the coaster stats. 1,500 meters in length, 1.5 kilometers, green across the board. We have 4 inversions on this, 5 airtime counts, and 3.4 seconds of airtime. We'll start at night, and then we'll go to day, and let's get to it. Da. And music cuts. Look how long this boarding station is, by the way. That's crazy. All right, let's talk about it. Definitely better run at day. I kind of like how we're getting this fresh Arctic water runoff to make the Pipshot water. It's kind of a fun idea. Because this is a Thunder Nation, shout out to Thunderbud, love you, buddy. I think it brings me back. It makes me reminisce. It's a contest submission that ultimately won a contest, and therefore I think it's a good opportunity for us to talk about coaster contests or a potential future coaster contest. In the past, we have done mascot and shop-themed coasters. Some people might be a little bit burnt out from that concept, and I understand it. But we are also working on Project Planko, which is all about plankifying and bringing our characters to life. And with that, Chant has drawn and created every single one of our characters. So, in some ways, I like the concept here to critique Thunderbud's contest. I don't think Thunder should have given an 8,000 part limit, especially because Thunder allowed park files. In my opinion, whenever you do a contest, you only limit the park count when you're doing blueprints. And then you give unlimited park count when you're doing park files. Because of that, the coaster lacked theming, but at the same time, the environmental storytelling of the freshwater runoff of Pipshot did a good job. I think the entrance of this park is so captivating and compelling, and it built this universe, it built this world, and it built this setting that made it feel believable and real, and that is probably why this won the contest. Less, of course, for the actual coaster theming, but you got lucky because all of this kind of storytelling leads up to just allowing you to just have some waterfalls and lakes and snowy mountains for the coaster. So it was a good strategy, and I think Jeffrey made the right decision here. If I were to do a contest like this, which I would love to do, and I want to hear your guys' feedback directly in the comments on what you think about this, we're running low on amazing coasters, and I'm talking coasters that include some sort of a queue, some sort of plaza, some sort of theming, and then you go on a coaster that's themed. Literally, my inbox is just full of coasters that I plop down and we ride them in 2 minutes, the episode's done. Unless you guys want a whole bunch of 2-minute long videos, I've run out of coaster experiences, if you will. So in order to create bulk, to create content, we create a contest that puts out hopefully up to 50 different videos that we can run on a kind of a series of doing maybe like 4 or 5 of them a week in between park spotlights. But everybody seems to have loved the mini park, and I think mini parks have been a bit much for me. The second one burnt me out a little bit, so I definitely want to give that a rest. But I also like the idea of mini parks. I recently featured, or will be featuring, I'm not sure how this release staggers, but there will be a coaster island from Mad on the channel at some point, which is an island full of 14 coasters, and there's nothing but coasters. I don't even think there's a single shop. It's literally just coasters. And I loved that concept. But then I asked Discord, and a few people said that's too many coasters. And it's like, well, a good coaster builder makes a coaster in a day or two, and we run our contests for like a month or two. So I don't think it's too much. I think what's overwhelming is the thought that you have to build 12 coasters, flat rides, shops, and all that. If you eliminate all that other stuff, you're just making coasters. And therefore, I'm just going on coaster after coaster after coaster. But that might end up being a mini park contest 3 after all. So what's the middle ground? The middle ground here is to do something like what we see here. Create a setting for your plankification, your world, your character of choice. You could use the community assets created by Chant from our Project Planko, basically like a runoff. Think of it as a branch off the Project Planko series. So you could take something like Gulpy and make like a little Gulpy area. Or like Pipshot. This is a good example, if anything. So we have our Pipshot character. You can use it or you can make your own. You just have to plankify Pipshot, but you have to create a plaza, a queue, all that stuff, and then a big ride experience, and you have unlimited pieces to do that. Therefore, it is a singular coaster spotlight with a bit of a mini park, and then you can include some shops and stuff like that. So the two ideas that I've been bouncing between in my heads for potential future contests is just an island full of crazy amounts of coasters. No shops, no rides, no anything like that. You have to theme your coasters, but you basically it's a coaster island contest, essentially. And then you could choose your biome, you could choose your color palettes, you could choose all that. Then the second idea is like this. We run off of Project Planko. It would be like a Project Planko coaster Spotlight series, you have to make a mini Project Planko, a little plaza area like this, but for one particular character in the Planko verse, character or shop. And then you have to make a gigantic, like minimum 2-kilometer coaster, fully themed, much like the coasters we made for Project Planko. And then we could probably provide music from the YouTube library, Bitter Elegance music. You could use stuff like Boulder Skate. I don't know. We could find a handful of music to add to your coasters that are safe for YouTube. Give a bunch of permissions on that. So those are my 2 ideas, and I want to know down in the comments what you guys like better. Looking at what we see here today with Thunder Nation's contest, I really like the way that this turned out. And in terms of like coaster spotlights, it's not too much. I could see them all being 10-15 minute videos. We walk down the plaza, we get to the coaster queue, we walk down the queue, we go on the coaster, a couple different perspectives, and then we call it a day. It's not as exhaustive as a mini park series, and it offers something different and it aids to the coaster spotlight series, and that's why I'm leaning towards that idea. If we were to do a coaster island thing in the future, it'd be pretty far down the road because there's so many good parks to look at right now, and what we have a shortage of is coasters. But I like both ideas for different reasons. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. If that's an idea that you enjoy, really like to hear your thoughts on that. And if you have a different suggestion for coaster spotlight that seems inspiring, let me know as well. We could do the same idea like this, but without a particular plankification or without a particular Planko character. But I think it's a really fun idea to just take that theme that we've been running with and push it a little bit further. So those are my ideas, inspired by Thunder Nation here. This is kind of an amplification of what we've done in the past, and I'm a little bit jealous to see this because in the past when we did Pipshot in ARC contests, it was just a 4,000 piece blueprint that you plopped down. It didn't have this elaborate parkness to it. So I love seeing this, and I think it's a really good idea, and it's leaving me wanting to see more. I want to see other themes, I want to see other stuff, and it's prime for a contest. So if you guys like that idea, I might push that contest idea sooner than later. And I know people have wanting a contest, and I was saying that I'm not ready to, but something like this gets me ready. So fire away down in the comments below, and great job on this one here today, Jeffrey Wynn-Prince. Congratulations on winning the Thunder Nation contest with this submission. I think it looks absolutely superb from the outside, and thus makes me want to see more in different various Planko themes. So there it is. What did you guys think? Throw your comments down below, and that's going to do it for today's episode of Coaster Spotlight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.